Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And today we're going to be reviewing the next episode of classic Doctor Who Season 1, William Hartnell. This being the second serial in the series, the third episode of that story arc, The Daleks, being episode 7 of the collective season. And I hope you have checked it out because it is a fantastic story, setting up the very first introduction of the Daleks, their rival with the Thals, and our journey with the four main heroes. Spoilers ahead, of course. Subscribe and like. Enjoy. So this episode was really interesting because, as I said, it's introduction of the Thals, the main arch and nemesis of the Daleks. I'm intrigued though to see when the whole rivalry between the Doctor and the Dalek comes in because they were on Gallifrey together in the Time War. So I'm intrigued to see where that information comes from because they don't recognize each other at the moment. But Um, what I will say is that the introduction between Susan and one of the main Thals at the TARDIS was really cool, explaining their existence, explaining the war with the Dalek, explaining how they're dying and need food. And I just thought it was a really cool introduction how Daleks believe they mutated even though they're just human being in human flesh. And the Thals don't know how or whether the Daleks have transformed to be able to live, not knowing the metal. So they obviously weren't metal when they originally fought them in the war years ago. Overall, it was a very standard, basic, straightforward episode. She got the antidotes back, two cases, one case for the Daleks, one case for the Doctor, Ian, and Barbara, curing all of them, and then obviously Ian getting his legs working again. So that was easy enough. And then the formation of this episode was delivering a message to the Thals, proclaiming that the Daleks were its ally with them, which obviously is one of the first ever ruses we see from the Daleks, because we haven't really seen the villainous, vicious side to them apart from when they shot Ian in the leg. But that was purely to keep them around and be prisoners. I think the flow of the episodes have been perfect. The directing and writing is brilliant. The designs of the set are always the best part of the episodes. And the bit where they take on the Dalek at the end of the episode, putting it on the cloak, getting inside it, finally seeing what's inside it, and it being like a mutant, obviously not being able to see, but it does move, which is really weird. That was a really weird scene. But overall, it was just a really cool, clever idea. And when he got into the Dalek, Ian, the noises he was making and pretending to sound like a Dalek was fantastic. Um, the way the four characters came together to proclaim a plan, putting the cloth on the floor, putting the mud in the face, and team up and work together. It was very well put together. This is it, when thinking when I was going to go watch Classic Doctor, I thought there was going to be some really bad episodes. But so far, 7 episodes in, I think it is so good. Hartnell is becoming one of my all-time favorite Doctors. He's so likable. But what I love about him, every little detail he thinks about, his connection and chemistry with Ian is the best thing. I like how he always calls him Chesterfield. Uh, it's the manner of respect for his age. It's like Mr. Chesterfield, that's how he's referred to him technically. But there's moments where he's like, you're listening, but Chesterfield's thinking about something else because they all have their own ideas. Them being human have their own ideas, Doctor being him. And the way they all came up with different ideas to take down the Dalek was very cool and very genius. It goes to show they're not just utilizing one character or the other. Susan had a better episode. She wasn't screaming. I mean, she was acting a bit awkward when she first came across the Thals, which is understandable. But I'm glad she eased into the episode. I'm glad she had a good episode. And overall, it was just a very, very good episode. Um, I'll always say the worst part of the Daleks is they're very hard to understand at times, but it was still funny when they were writing the ransom note. And she's there, like, probably going into details. She goes, well, wouldn't this be better? Wouldn't this be better? I love how she's speaking to the Daleks like they would be human, just compromising with them. It was a very, very good episode. A 10 out of 10 episode. I gave less episode 9 out of 10, but it wasn't far off 10 out of 10. But a brilliant, brilliant episode nevertheless. Go check these episodes out for yourself. Truly invest yourself in the Hartnell era. There is 4 seasons. There are 36 episodes per every season. I think there's 40 some episodes in one season, which is going to be a grind to get through. But let me know down below if you're enjoying them. Hit this up on BritBox. And of course, subscribe, like, and goodbye.